Hi, it's Clark on Temptress. Well, I'm not on Temptress, I'm still in the US. And I'm going to do a little adventure log here. It's been quite an adventure. If you haven't been keeping up, Emily and I split up last year, just about a year ago. I decided to come back to the United States, hang out here for a while before I go and do boat things and other travel. Well, I proceeded to get sick. One thing after another, couldn't really figure it out. Until December, I got real sick. Around New Year's, I went to the emergency room and it looked like I had appendicitis. So, had my appendix taken out as one does. And it turns out I had a cancer of the appendix. So, what you do? The next thing you do is more surgery to remove the intestine in that area and have it sewn back together. I had that surgery done. That one had some complications. So I was in the hospital for a while, lots of pain. I had to have an NG tube. I don't recommend that to my worst enemy, but got through that. In the process of the complications, I end up with a hernia. And if you don't know, a hernia is when the weakened muscles, because they had done surgery, open up and your intestines actually come out. It's pretty gross. Had to wait a while before I could get another surgery, put myself back together. That was done last Friday. You might tell I'm still in a bit of pain, recovering from that. But things are going better now. I'm not really taking a lot of painkillers anymore, and I can get up and walk around a bit anyway. So that's the stage so far. Now, there's been some very good news. Knew this going in. It sounds backwards, but you have that second surgery because if it's spread, that's where it's going to spread to. So you take all that out and send it to a lab. And the lab's going to say one of two things. Cancer was here, we got more of it, but you got to keep looking. Or, well, that was a wasted surgery, you didn't need it. Luckily, I'm in the second category. There was no more cancers found, lymph nodes were taken, everything looked good from a surgical point of view. So, yay. One more thing in that direction, I'll be having a PET scan in a couple of weeks. They'll look for tumors everywhere. I don't know a lot about that study yet. I've been a little bit sick to do research. But that's kind of the case of all that right now. So I expect to start recovering. I'm going to start doing some videos. I've got some batteries that I want to review. One in particular, strange thing about all of this is I'm not allowed to lift more than 10 pounds for the next 6 weeks. So batteries are heavy. Some other things I'm going to talk about are heavy. So I'm going to have friends like put them on the table for me and then I can talk about them. But the next review is going to be a very small battery. I have a motorcycle and I'm going to review a motorcycle starting battery. If it can start my bike, I think it can start any bike. I have a 1.7 liter V-twin motorcycle. So it takes a lot of battery to make that thing kick over. So let's see how that does. Beyond that, I'm still hoping to go to Europe. Between my health issues and my European friends' health issues, we've had to put this off. But by the time we both get our acts together, it'll be spring again. So maybe we're back on to going to Greece and playing on his boat. I hope so. I really, really would like to do that. Lots of people in Europe I want to meet. And try to get that CE testing through so that the bank manager can legally be sold and imported into Europe. So there's all that. I'm still thinking seriously, once I can lift things, about taking my camper and going up into the Rocky Mountains. I really enjoyed that last time. So that's on the plan. But right now, I just got to get my strength back and get this pain under control. Life's hard sometimes. Let's see. Had a lot of ideas about bank manager. If I get in an engineering frame of mind which basically means no codeine in my blood, you know, because I can't think with that stuff. I hate it. You, I'm thinking about doing a Gen 4 Bank Manager. It's going to be long and slow coming, don't wait. But if I do it, it will be either it will talk to Victron and kind of take over, become the brain of the Victron system. So I can use my algorithm that uses a three-brain, a three-dimensional membrane mathematical model to do all the tricks that it's proven to be able to do. And the two of those together will be great because I think Victron does a great job at actually moving power. It all ties together nicely. So there's that. Also, I believe that the Chinese companies that make similar products are using the Victron communication topology. So by rights, if I work with Victron, should work with them. Sorry, coughing hurts like you can't believe. Sneezing is like the end of the world. Okay, so there's that. Or I'm toying with the idea of putting the Bank Manager technology into a BMS. And if I do that, because of some of the things the Bank Manager can do, the BMS becomes particularly powerful. You've heard of passive and active balancing. This will be able to do something I'm calling proactive balancing, where it will actually be able to balance the batteries at low safe voltages, only going up into the high voltages occasionally to get a sample and then right back down. If I do that, I'll probably also implement something that is based on my mathematical model. I'm using it to know when you get to a set amount of percent of charge, of course. If you have a Bank Manager, you understand that. There's no reason why I can't turn that math upside down, basically run it through a transformation matrix kind of a thing, and have it know what percent of charge it is fairly accurately, as long as you're not around 50%. And it's like, oh yeah, why would I care about that? Well, why you'd care is because you've seen the graph of hockey stick. You know, it kind of goes like this. Everything that works up here should theoretically work down here. So a BMS Bank Manager version could very accurately be a fuel gauge for a lithium iron phosphate battery. So if you were an automotive company and you were putting lithium iron phosphate batteries in your vehicles, like the newer Teslas, you wouldn't have to rely on the percent of charge counter saying, you got more or less 100 miles, I can't promise anything. It would actually be able to say, no, about 23 more miles, 22, 21, stop. I got to think that would be valuable. So if a battery company is interested and they wanted to fund that research, I'm happy to go in that direction. I'm very confident my approach will work. If not, I'd probably go the other way because boats, houses, campers, that's where my heart is. Okay, I guess that's the future of everything. Anyway, you should start seeing more normal videos coming as I get stronger. And I'm going to be locked here for a little while, but, you know, eventually I'll be able to travel again, and then I'm going to start traveling some more. I have a request. I'm coming up on 90,000 subscribers. It would make me really happy to have 100,000 subscribers. You know, you get a little plaque and everything. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push the subscribe button. I don't beg for that a lot, but we're getting close. I'd really like to see that number come up. Or if you have friends, you know, pass it around. Make an old guy happy. Let's see 100,000 subscribers on that, please. Anyway, bye from Clark on Temptress.